A billionaire returned early from a business trip, only to discover his wife frolicking with another man in their swimming pool. Instead of confronting them, he quietly slipped into the bedroom, where the disheveled state told him everything he needed to know. Rather than confronting his wife, he waited patiently at home. When his wife returned that evening, she was shocked to see her husband home early. Feeling anxious, she waited for accusations, but Ben simply embraced her, seemingly putting her at ease. The moment she turned away, however, Ben shot her. When the gardener rushed over to investigate the gunshot, Ben fired 3 shots toward the window, sending the gardener fleeing in terror. He then began meticulously cleaning the crime scene. The police arrived quickly at the mansion. Ben insisted on negotiating with the sheriff alone. The sheriff, unaware of the victim's identity, was devastated when he saw the woman on the floor. She was his lover. Ben's actions were revealed to be part of an elaborately planned revenge. Days later in court, the prosecutor was confident. They had the murder weapon from the mansion and Ben's signed confession. Yet when the trial began, Ben unexpectedly changed his plea to not guilty and chose to represent himself. Mike, the prosecutor, was baffled by this strategy. Then Mike received a call from a colleague with shocking news. Forensic evidence showed the gun had never been fired. Ben had no gunpowder residue on his hands, and his clothes showed no blood spatter. All physical evidence pointed to one conclusion: Ben hadn't actually killed anyone. Mike immediately called 3 witnesses. The gardener testified that only Ben and his wife were in the mansion. A doctor confirmed the wife had suffered severe brain trauma and was now in a vegetative state, and the sheriff testified that Ben had confessed to the crime. At that moment, Ben stood and revealed that the sheriff and his wife were having an affair. The courtroom erupted in shock as the enraged sheriff lunged at Ben before being restrained by court officers. All witness testimony was instantly invalidated due to the sheriff's relationship with the victim. Mike suddenly realized Ben had orchestrated everything. He desperately searched for evidence, but even after combing through the mansion, they couldn't find the actual weapon. As Ben's acquittal seemed imminent, the sheriff approached Mike suggesting they fabricate evidence, arguing everyone knew Ben was guilty anyway. Mike found himself torn between justice and the law, facing an impossible moral dilemma.